Hey friends, after delivering a video that I was not proud of yesterday, to now having 24 hours of sleep, waking up and saying, you know what? When have I ever backed down over stupid threats of any sort? Even with my job, the many people who, anchored my journey with knowledge of, the human body and the physics of using your body, athleticism. So, sorry, I wish I had more light here. I was thinking about it this morning when I woke up, and I was like, I would rather go down in truth than face the potential of going down after backing out of something that was my own path. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, light. There I am, ish. But I hope you guys are inspired by this video. I know I am. I was just a little disheartened that someone would make a launch of attack, because I've always been transparent. I've always shared my past with many people. And it's a journey. It's a learning lesson. But I think because people have dirty laundry, skeletons in the closet, or a dark past, it doesn't mean that you can't do the light. You can't bring the light of a better day. And we look at how many celebrities, and we convict them of what they do behind closed doors, but yet we still idolize them and copy their, everything. We copy their makeup, cosmetics, fashion. We sing their songs. So it's kind of unfair to validate the things of the world, right, by other people's selfish pretenses. But then, you don't want to validate your own brother and sister in your spiritual journey. So obviously this person has a vendetta because they're upset about, I guess, I lacked giving attention to this person while I was in Arizona at Sedona trying to receive downloaded messages. And I actually was in clear contact with this person to show them some facts about where I was and why I was there. I just hate that some people in this life, in this third dimension, have to be so entitled to attention. And social media is the devil, according to me, because when has social media ever been the deciding factor of what's moral and immoral, and the instigator of creating rivalry between loving people? But it is in the book of Revelation. All the things that I share in my video, it's really just straightforward. And I don't think there's anything that I could ever lie about or make up, And I always tell people, every day I'm working on myself. Come on, light. Every day I'm working on myself, because there's better and bigger things for me in my personal life, in my work life, which was the reason why I was considering changing my channel, switching it up a little bit, and then filtering the dialogue, because I never want to be seen a certain perspective and then me lose opportunity because of that. But that was yesterday when I was feeling a little blah. And now today I'm just kind of you know what? No, I need to just keep my videos up, keep my truth out there, because the enemy probably is getting to people's minds and trying to manipulate them. Sorry, I'm on a bumpy road. The enemy is trying to manipulate people to not disenfranchise us as a conduit, as a oneness. I don't know. Everyone has their own gut feeling and intuition, and if you really felt like I was not that genuine of a person, or if you felt something awkward about me, you would have left my channel. And vice versa. If I felt weird feelings about other people, I wouldn't be exchanging comments like that. I don't just comment to everybody. And I think a lot of people who felt in the beginning of me making videos that I wasn't responding, I paid attention to how they felt, and then I catered to that situation. I know how to accommodate situations when I see how people are affected emotionally. If someone's affected emotionally, like I won't say the person's name, but there was someone who's close to me now who follows my videos every day, and she's special to me. She's like a sister, even though she lives on the other side of the world to me. But the fact that she expressed something one time and said, I'm just very upset that, you know, here I am trying to be validated through this journey, and you're not even giving me like the notion that you're seeing what I'm saying. And once I caught on to it, it brought she and I closer. And so she knows who she is. Yeah, I just think a lot of times people are always in my business, and I have to accept people are going to be in my business. People are going to, you know, it's just the journey that I have. And I rather share with people that I've always told this story. I was never trying to be a leader. I was never trying to be a guru or some sort, but I've just started noticing awkward synchronicities and patterns in my life where I was like, I wonder if other people are going through this. Even like when I teach my dance class, there's something about frequency and vibration. I attract the same wavelength. The people have the same wavelength as I attract them. So, and if I'm wrong, it will be clear if I'm wrong. People will feel it in their gut feelings. I don't know. I don't need to justify myself. And it's not like, oh, if you think like what you're doing in your life is considered immoral to certain people, you shouldn't open your mouth and give from your heart. I think the people who really are the driving forces of this world have really suffered and sacrificed a lot in order to A, be a better person, B, going from anger management to being a loving, compassionate being, because what they're doing is changing people's lives. And it took that transformation experience for that person to break down to the lowest extent. Like I told people like 10 years ago, excuse my language, I was a bitch. I was so mean. I was rude. I was narcissistic. Yeah, I had a huge ego. And I was conniving, facetious, vindictive, instigating. Did I say manipulative? But because I was pushed to be in a leader position at a young age, I didn't have time to have experience. I didn't have time to learn. I didn't have time to go through adulthood and figure it out. So therefore, I was trying to do something on a very accountable level at such a young age. It brought the worst out of me. But who's to say that wasn't meant to be? And the people who are along part of that journey were like, I do not like you. I like this opportunity. I love what you're doing for us, but I do not like, and people, they eventually walked out. They walked out of my life. They walked out of, it was a dance company, and this video channel used to cater to my dance group. And after everyone left and we were not practicing anymore, I had to do some soul searching. I had to do some digging and find myself. Who am I truly? Who truly am I? You get who I am. Who am I truly? You get what I'm trying to say. Who I truly am. And my grandmother being a pastor of a church, that also had a lot of weight. Trying to always, please someone who's in a high, judging perspective, or a seat of judge, even though they say thou shalt not judge. Yeah, of course they're judging. Lifestyle, your character. It's almost not fair to not allow people, adults, to grow up and learn adulthood. there's so many different, like, if someone has a child, and I have many friends who have a child, even my younger sister, but I've never, ever said to them, I don't know about you raising kids, because, But if I've never been in that situation before, who am I to be the oppressor? And if someone was in my position of, you know, I always talk about my past. My escape was substance. It was. Big deal, big whoop. But there's been a grace over my life, and I know God has always had mercy over me. And even when I separated myself from calling myself Christian, because when I was in Christianity, when I was in that simulation, I was still doing things that, you know, I was told I shouldn't do because that's bad for you. But I wouldn't be here expressing my soul in front of a bunch of people who I've never met in my personal life if it weren't for seeing myself as a better person. Each day I look forward to being a better person. I think this person was really trying to make an attempt to blast me on Google search and taint my name and smear negativity all over my face and sabotage me in my work environment. And I was like, who has the time and energy for that, number one? And number two, how disgusting of you as a person to sit at home and not have anything to do with your own personal journey, but you want to try to anchor the journey of someone who's trying to ascend right now. And it's a hard process. You think it's really easy to work, you know, 2 full-time jobs as a labor service, you know, consultant or, you know, specialty consultant. And then me having to clock in and out to go places to do my job on a daily basis. Channeling and downloading messages that people would deem a little bit psychotic, right? And also trying to safeguard and protect your own life when you come home. That has brought so much anxiety on my body. And there's a lot of things that people are like, I don't know how you're happy. I don't know how you're positive. I don't know how you keep going. That's the whole point of this story, is no matter what, if there's a tornado coming towards you, do you run from it or do you embrace yourself for the impact? So you embrace yourself. You always embrace yourself. If there's any important thing I can share about myself or any advice or any words of encouragement, words for wisdom, it will be to always embrace the indifferent. Always embrace who you have been, who you are, and who you will evolve into, because it's all a process. Our souls did not contract these torturous and strenuous situations for us to stay in everything's so we're dragged down because it's the only way to force the strength to come out. That's the whole full circle of being in this 3D world, in this density that sucks. But the beauty of it is that's the duality of being here. We have to be thrown down and punched and kicked around and beat up in order to really like emerge into a strength of a built to strength, for a lack of words. So that's all I really wanted to share with everybody. I'm not going nowhere. And to the person who keeps trolling me, you know, I think your channel is a little bit out there. So how about we like just keep sticking together and not trying to be competitive over who has better videos or whatnot? Because I can try to track flying saucers and UFOs and whatever like that, but I have much more of a sovereign duty of coming from the purest of my heart and speaking to those who walk with a pureness of their heart. Everyone has pureness in their heart. There's some people who are just pure evil, but there's a part in your heart where you're very sincere, where you're very connected to something very unconditional. And the only time we get out of that is when we're selfish and self-centered and self-absorbed, and we're only focused on me, and I. and we're trying to rush time and rush to get off Earth, and that's not the point. Like, I see a lot of people who keep predicting the rapture, and I love a couple of them because I've been following them for years, but sometimes I'm like, stop predicting the rapture. It's not going to be yesterday as it was predicted. It wasn't on the 21st. I actually had proof that some things could occur to back up that person, but I've learned that those are like evaluation days. Where are we right now? How many people closer to the full ascension process are we? How many people can attract the solar flash in that dialogue of people who know the solar flash? Or is it in the world of science where, you know, does the sun, you know, when it becomes a dwarf, what is that? When it explodes and then it loses like 50% of its light and energy. You know, we don't point things to science, and only someone who can channel messages will know how to apply the science or the astronomy into dialogue to help people understand. And I've always been very well balanced. I have never just been, you know, magical in my dialogue. So I'll let you guys go. I love you guys for watching, and even the person who, you know, tried to come for me, I have love for you too. And you may not love me back for whatever is in your mind, but that doesn't make me hate you because of what you choose to do against someone. Anyways, have a great and wonderful rest of your day, everyone, and I will see you in the next video.